Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's make these babies lucky 48. Let's make these babies cry.
First down. Here's Cousins. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Bomber, 22 Jet Bomber. Good route here.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Take 3. 218, chop. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Gun. Hey, look, 48. Hey, we don't like the 48. Hey, I-7.
Now on 2nd and 13, Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Hoyer. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
70, Indy. 6-6, ready.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
64, weak. Hey, seam 6, step.
Hoyer. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Everson Griffin. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On second down, Cook. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Gun! Hey, can! Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And Diggs has it. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Hey, exit.
On third down, Cousins. He's got a first down past the 30. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
80 weapons. Sponge. No. Gun. Yellow. First.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Hey, box truck. Don't get nervous now. Gun. Don't get nervous. Mike 50. Hey, receiver.
3rd and long for Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018, 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the third time in 4 NFL seasons. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. Here's Hoyer. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Bravo!
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins, he's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On the jet sweep, here's Cooper. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down right around the 37. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll set up to throw. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part. He's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Kill, turn it up. Kill, turn it up. Check 99. Out. Wide. Get 161. Match box. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Check nickel. Back. 22 jet bomber. Whip. Watch the whip. Alert flare.
They'll look to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that could alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Cousins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And the Vikings first down.
Cousins now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10.
Hey, check motion, man. Put your position. Get wide. Mike 55, Mike 50. Hey, wahoo.
Now Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Second and 6. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Cheetah.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Cousins now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Throwing on second down. Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the red zone now, Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. confident the kicker could make it, and even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
It's a gain of 4.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They're going to look to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game, because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A first down carry by Elliott. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
General West. Check 25. Check 25. What? Pass it to.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Hoyer now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Pilot, 64, weak, snap.
2nd and 14. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. To throw again on second down. Cousins. And this one's incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And it's 3rd and short.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
What's the
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And some space here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the side.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Watch the screen. Protein spill. Check 3. Kill. Deep rip.
Now Hoyer. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Complete to Stephon Diggs. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Macahan! 180! Yeah. You don't want none. Macahan! 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
From the 29, Cousins. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Good route here. Gun. Hey, Alpha. 55. I know he ain't got it. Mike, hot.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that 2nd catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there.
Listen. Check your hot read. Yellow.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Gun. Can't.
1st down. Here's Cousins. And he will find his man on the outside. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Cousins. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 23 yards for the touchdown. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They give him a gain of 38.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Hoyer completes it to Jason Witten. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. This is Elliott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Critical extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start the drive with Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Yellow. 55.
Cousins to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys use this short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And just shutting him off there. And all the way down to the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Good on. Hey, I'm coming. Check. Hey, Zoo. Check 55 to Mike.
I smell fear in that offense.
He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
They'll look to throw. He's got his man. This is Doxson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Hey, Charlie.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Check.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Back to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Bring up 48. 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. And watch the lane.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he's brought down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Mike 5-4.
Wide. Gun.
Mike 54. Come on.
Go.
Hey, watch it. Shit.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook in the final minute, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Extra point try by Bailey. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Come on.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Mike, fight up.
On 2nd and 10, Hoyer. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Break.
54. Mike 54.
Don't let him breathe. Recon, 1 through 10.
Here's Hoyer. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
Pick 6, baby. Let's get this all day.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off?